No Giannis, no Mitchell. The lower seeds prevailed in round one to set up a Jimmy Butler-led Miami Heat squad in the Garden to take on Jalen Brunson and the New York Knicks. Randle's out due to a sprained ankle to kick off round two. So who would the Knicks count on? How about R.J. Barrett and how about Obi Toppin? The young Knicks getting it done. Barrett's like, this is my moment. A nasty hesitation gets him to the cup. Knicks great guard John Starks liking what he sees. The team he's rooting for takes the early double-digit lead. Here comes Miami. Butler did have 25 points in this game, but he got a lot of help. How about Gabe Vincent knocking in the three? Vincent had 20. Other end we go. Brunson, he had 25 points. The Heat did a good job containing Brunson from getting in the lane. As I say that, he gets to his spot and scores. But overall, Miami did a pretty good job on Brunson. Kyle Lowry's going to respond for Miami right before the half. It's the Knicks up by a couple. Third quarter, Kevin Love makes an appearance and puts his mark on game one. He nails the three. And then how about these outlet passes to Butler? K-Love might be the greatest outlet passer of all time. These two dishes put the Heat up by 8 points. The Garden has went silent. Fourth quarter we go. Just more timely production. How about that dish from Duncan Robinson inside the Bam Adebayo? Heat take the 9-point lead. Do the Knicks have anything left in the tank? Barrett did. Barrett with the deuce. He thought he was fouled. RJ led everybody in scoring with 26. Scary moment if you're a Miami fan. Josh Hart guarding Butler. Jimmy's going to roll his ankle. Asked about this one after the game and how it felt. Butler says it feels like a rolled ankle. You know, I ain't think of it that way. It's a good way to put it, Jimmy. He stayed in the game, make both of the free throws, but he really couldn't move much. Could Brunson and the Knicks take advantage? JB with the score. But then on the other end, it's Vincent with another three-pointer falling to the ground. And then reliable Kyle Lowry knocking in the clutch juice. Many say he went to Miami to kick off his retirement. I don't know, he looked pretty good in game one, scoring 18, made some clutch baskets as Miami takes home court in this best-of-7 series with a 108-101 win in the Garden. What's up, everybody? It's yours truly, the one and only Hoops Pharaoh. If you're enjoying the great quality content, let's make this bromance official. Hit your boy with a subscribe. That's truly the best way I grow this platform to new heights and continue to deliver you great quality content that you deserve. Thank you for the love. Enjoy the rest of the video.
Guarding Jalen Brunson.
Robinson battling, but Love comes away. Another outlet, another catch, another touchdown slam by Jimmy Buckets.
So Julius Randle, no show in game one. I don't know what the plan is for game two. I believe if the Knicks would have gotten that win in game one, what I think would have happened is Randle would have waited to game three in Miami to make his return. I don't know how that changes with the Knicks losing game one and losing home court. And look, New York obviously saw what the Miami Heat just did to the Milwaukee Bucks, the 1 seed. It looks like, my guess is Randle's going to try to give it a go game two. Obviously, he will definitely not be 100%, but neither will the Miami Heat. They're obviously already down Tyler Hero, and now Jimmy Butler rolled his ankle, which will be a big storyline in this series going forward. Not only did Butler roll his ankle, but he was immobile with that ankle roll. He couldn't do anything towards the latter part of that game. Now, obviously, he's going to get some time here, a day or so, to get some treatment. I'm sure anybody present in New York, hell, they might have to fly some people in from Miami or wherever in the world to get that man some treatment to make sure he is good to go for game two. That will happen. He ain't going to be able to hoop at C. Brinkley's gym. And tomorrow he's going to have to get some rest and get some treatment and try to give it a go game two. If I'm Miami, I might even consider, and y'all know I don't like load management, but the way Jimmy Butler plays so hard, like Miami's got something here. It feels like they got something. They already took the Celtics 7 games last year. They're not afraid of Boston. And by the way, Boston doesn't have Ime Udoka this year. Joe Mazzulla, to me, has been a good replacement, but it definitely feels like the Celtics are a little less of a team. Even though they got better on the court, it does feel like they're a little less of a team, though, from a chemistry standpoint than they were last year. They go through some stagnant moments. Miami might feel like this is their year. If I'm the Heat, I would strongly consider resting Butler game 2. You got your one in New York. You got your home court. Butler couldn't move. At the end of this game, for those who watch it, y'all know what I'm talking about. Literally, Butler had to stand in a corner after he rolled that ankle in the fourth quarter. He couldn't do anything. He was a decoy. And I think he took one shot in the air ball. He couldn't do anything to impact this game. Obviously, a coach like Thibodeau, who's coached Butler in the past, they're going to look at that film and see how immobile they was. I can't believe they didn't make the adjustment in game. And I think even heard Doris Burke even bring this up. Why are you not switching and going right at him? He couldn't move. I know he's an intimidating guy. Like, look, this dude is Jimmy B is him. Let's be clear about that, especially playoff Jimmy. But they did not go at him immediately after that rolled ankle. He was just standing in the corner. He couldn't move. Knicks didn't take advantage of that one. It was like a microcosm of game 1. They did not do a good job in the second half of this basketball game. I thought the Miami Heat did a great job of building a wall. We talk about the wall that they built against Giannis years ago. I don't think they built the wall against him this year. They just did what needed to be done to win the series against the Bucks this year. We talk about that wall that they built in the bubble against Giannis. They did a similar job on Jalen Brunson. So, yes, Jalen still got in the 20s scoring, but you got to think about it from this perspective. I mean, Randle didn't play, so there's more shots available for a guy like Brunson, and to hold him to about 20-something points, 23, 25 points, and the way he got it, he never really got going. The way that he would like to. Really, R.J. Barrett was really the tone and the temperament of this Knicks squad. He was the guy that really, had some matchups that were favorable to him. Brunson didn't get going. He did not get in the groove, and that was something that he had in that Cavaliers series. The thing with Jalen Brunson is he can control a series with 23 to 25 points. He can control a series like that. He can control the pace of it. But he also can get 23, 25 points like he did against Miami in game 1 and not have a real impact on the game. And that's what I thought happened. I thought the Knicks, Obi Toppin, I thought was very aggressive. I like Mitchell Robinson and what he brought to the table. Josh Hart, I can't say enough about Josh Hart. Anybody that doesn't understand the value in Josh Hart in this league, you need to question your job. These teams that have given up on Josh Hart, I think you guys have made some serious mistakes. I've always been a fan of Josh Hart. I know he's kind of a goof sometime, but man, does that goof play hard. And he really did do a good job on Jimmy Butler even before the rolled ankle. Like, he did his part. He can't stop Jimmy. Jimmy's taller than him. Jimmy's got him by a few pounds, I'm just guessing. But Josh did as good a job as, he did a better job than Middleton or Holiday did in round 1. He did a better job than they did. So I want to give Josh some credit. The Knicks had that thing rocking. That first half in Madison Square Garden was special. It's why we need New York to be good in basketball again. That atmosphere was just ridiculous. It was electric. The stars were out. It was just beautiful, man. Just a Sunday all the stars were out. Chris Rock. Like, I don't even know a lot of these people. I saw Jack Harlow making plausible comments to Kyle Lowry. I saw Dwayne Wade and the beautiful Gabrielle Union. And I'm just naming a few. There was so many stars. Obviously, Spike was there. So many stars around that arena. It's just soaking this moment in of the New York Knicks being in the second round again. And, having a real shot. I think just like Miami, they looking around like, why not us this year? Giannis is gone. Giannis is gone and Embiid is hurt. I think that's the mentality right now for anybody out east. Giannis is gone and Embiid is hurt. The playoffs have changed significantly in the last couple of weeks, and I'm looking at this Knicks team. They're going to need Brunson to be able to get this spot, and I'm sure he's going to be much better game 2. And we shall see. We shall see what's the status of Butler for game 2. When does Randle make his way into this series? Look, Randle did not have a good round 1 against the Cavaliers. I was happy that he made his return. But let's call a spade a spade. That wasn't about him. That was more about Brunson and Harden and those guys. The Heat don't the Heat don't match up as good as the Cavs did again, with Randle. This is a series where Randle can flourish. he has had some really good games against Miami this year. I remember a couple highlights that I did where Randle went off. He made the game winner about a month ago against the Miami Heat. Randle can get off. I know he struggled in the playoffs. A lot of his playoff games have been struggle games. Let's be clear. Atlanta last year, Cavs this year, he struggled a lot. Like, let's be clear about that. I actually do think this year, though, against this Miami Heat squad, Randle can get to work. I don't know where that ankle's at, but if he can get right or he can get close to right, I think he could be effective. I'm looking forward to game 2 in this series. Let me know what y'all thought about game 1 in this series, man. I'm having so much fun doing these highlights. It is a beautiful time to be a basketball fan. The energy just feels right this year. You know what I mean? Like I can't explain it. Like, even my wife said it this year. Like, my wife, she doesn't watch a lot of basketball. She actually can't stand basketball because it takes up so much of my time and my life. She knows, obviously, the stars. She knows LeBron, Steph, Giannis. You know, even she had to admit, she was watching that Knicks Heat game with me, and she was like, man, I can't lie to you. The playoffs been live this year. That's what she said to me. She said, the playoffs been live this year. I'm like, yeah, wife. They have been pretty damn good so far. The first round is complete, and now we move on to round 2. We got series like the Knicks Heat. I cannot wait to cover every one of them for you. Make sure you subscribe to the platform if you have not done so. Game-to-game highlights as quickly as I can get them out. All right, I'm out.